I'm sure that many of us have experienced the loss of a loved one due to old age or cancer, but the most devastating losses are the ones where alcohol was involved. I experienced a loss like this many years ago when one of my oldest cousins lost their life because of alcohol. Hello, I'm Nathaniel Hedgecock, and today I'm here to speak to you in hopes of persuading you to refrain from consuming alcohol by first covering the consequences that it can have on your health and life. Then I'll give you some healthier alternatives to refrain from alcohol, and finally I'll explain some of the benefits of having an alcohol-free life. Now, the first area that I would like to cover with you today is on the consequences that alcohol can have in regards to your health and your life. According to Centers for Disease Control and Prevention statistics, which can be found under cdc.gov, they mention that alcohol is known to be third in line as one of the leading causes of death in many Americans in our nation. Now, that's something that should not be taken lightly. Now, in their article, Alcohol Use and Health, they mention that many people can experience immediate health risks such as traffic injuries and drowning due to alcohol use. Now, if you're a pregnant woman, you could possibly experience miscarriages and stillbirths, and it could even go as far as creating physical and mental birth defects for your children. Now, over a period of time, people can also develop long-term health risks such as neurological impairments like dementia and stroke, psychiatric problems like depression and anxiety, and even social issues such as having social problems with your family in the home or even unemployment. Now, under their articles Death and Mortality and Alcohol Use, they state in regards to the number of deaths in the U.S. that in 2009, roughly 65% of 2.5 million deaths were alcohol related. 15,183 of those deaths were caused by alcoholic liver disease, and 24,518 of those deaths were alcohol-induced, which exclude accidents and homicides. Now that you have a better understanding of the consequences that can result from consuming alcohol, let's go over a few examples that we can give you for some healthier alternatives to refrain from the temptation of alcohol. Now, there's some information in an article titled 4 Proven Remedies to Reduce Alcohol Cravings, which can be found under stopdrinkingalcohol.com. And I would like to share some of those solutions with you just to give you some more alternatives to help stay away from alcohol. Now, the first solution that was given is to try eating a sugary snack and paying attention to whether you still desire alcohol or not. And the reason it says this is because our bodies crave sugar, and it gets this sugar from many products including alcohol. Also, eating a full meal is another great way of reducing that desire for alcohol. So try to keep your stomach full of food in order to deter that craving for beer or wine. Another remedy that was given is drinking water, because even though you may think that you desire alcohol, your body actually wants water instead. And it mentions that aside from air, water is the most nutritious ingredient for our bodies, and it provides many health benefits that alcohol doesn't. Now, one last solution that I would like to provide with you today is exercising regularly. Now, there may be times that you feel like you have that desire for alcohol because you're bored and you feel like there's nothing else to do but drink. Well, I urge you just to push yourself to get out of your house, take a walk around the neighborhood or the city park for about 30 minutes, and your desire for that dehydrating beverage will disappear. Now that I've given you a few alternatives, healthier alternatives to help refrain from alcohol and to stop that desire for it, I will now explain how eliminating alcohol from your life can benefit you more than you may realize. According to Ryan Gargolinsky's article, The Benefits of No Alcohol, which can be found under livestrong.com, he mentions that one's behavior is a lot better with alcohol because you're able to think more clearly about the consequences that could result from your actions before you act out. You're also less likely to participate and get pulled into risky sexual situations that could lead to abuse in the home or even STDs. Your chances of being at risk for experiencing serious medical conditions such as stroke and liver disease is also decreased tremendously. And your situational awareness becomes a lot stronger. It will help you to avoid serious injuries such as traffic injuries and even causing bodily harm to yourself, such as cutting yourself up. Now, there are many other benefits that you can enjoy from having no alcohol in your life, such as experiencing fewer hangovers from a long night of drinking, to improved work habits, to even having stronger relationships with your family and friends. Now that I've given you some of the benefits that come along with having an alcohol-free life, let's go back over everything that I've covered today. The first area I covered with you today was the health and life consequences that result from consuming alcohol. Then I gave you some healthier alternatives to refrain from alcohol, and finally I explained some of the benefits of having an alcohol-free life. So I want to challenge you today to take this information to heart and seriously consider living an alcohol-free life, not only for yourself, but for everyone else around you.